Hello, church. This is Brother Dan. Just wanted to jump on and share a little bit with you. As you know, today is Thursday, 6/26 of 25. This is the window in time. It's basically where we are on God's calendar. Tomorrow, as you know, starts Tammuz. It's the fourth month in the Hebrew calendar. It's kind of like an open door. So tomorrow starts Tammuz. It's the Hebrew month. It's Friday, right? Basically, what we need to do is guard our hearts and our eyes, basically. And we shouldn't make those mistakes that they made. So don't make fake and false idols. Don't be impatient and don't make that golden calf, basically. We need to focus on Jesus. You know, that gold was supposed to be used to build God's house, right? But they made a mistake. You know, they built that fake idol. And then it's also the time when the 12 spies went up to the land, basically, and they came back with a report. You know, they all saw the big fruit and the giants, but 10 of them said the evil report that we can't do it. But there was two of them named Joshua and Caleb that said, hey, you know, we can. God said we can, so let's go do it. So don't listen to the fake news of the 10. Listen to the two that said, hey, let's go get it. So God, open our eyes and our hearts and our minds, basically, and help us to believe what you're doing at this time. You know, help us to know our identity in you. It's also time for, a new beginning. Here in Romans 12:2, it says, be transformed by the renewing of our minds, right? Also, like I said, this is a time for new beginnings. It's also the month kind of, in the stars. It's like the sign of Cancer and a crab. I was kind of reminded of Sebastian the crab in that movie. It's kind of like a hard shell. Don't be hardened, basically. Don't allow your hearts to be hardened at this time. In James 4:7, it says, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. A prophetic word that we received a while ago is a crab walks backwards on the beach that you no longer will. It's saying that we're moving forward. Also, basically, at this time, it's kind of like the right hand, pops up. And it talks about watch the deals that you're making at this time. Make sure that they're godly. Handshakes when you're making deals. And it says also the pointer finger popped up and it said when you're swiping on stuff, make sure it's godly on your phone and not the bad stuff. And I was kind of reminded too about the prophets, basically. The prophets are the pointer finger. My name is Daniel. I'm a prophetic seer. So I'm going to ask you to pray for the prophets at this time that we are not deceived in any way, shape, or form. This is also, in Tammuz, it talked about the tribe of Reuben, and he messed up. Basically, he was the firstborn of Jacob and Leah. He kind of lost his inheritance. He fell basically into the flesh, and he slept with one of his dad's concubines. And then later, Joseph basically rose to power. But God is saying, guard your eyes, your heart at this time. Don't complain. It's time to worship, right? We need to be thankful. Being thankful is like planting a seed for our future. We need to be moved by the Holy Spirit. Kind of like rules without relationship is rebellion. He's calling us basically back to the heart of worship. Click on that song by Michael W. Smith and go listen to it. The Heart of Worship.